And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into a Next Level Broadcasting presentation of East Jordan Red Devil Athletics. I'm Shane Smith, joined alongside of me by my good friend and partner tonight, Jared Stamen. Jared, welcome into this broadcast. You've been taking care of East Jordan basketball and kind of sports in general all fall and winter long.
Sure have.
I want to welcome you in here and kind of have you start off a little bit about some background on this team. What we're kind of looking at tonight is they take on the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals in Joburg.
Well, thank you for the warm introduction, Shane. And,
Yeah.
You know, for the Red Devils, for those that are avid Red Devils fans, they saw last Friday they played against the Boyne City Ramblers and took their first loss of the season. They ended up losing, I believe it was 48-38. But prior to that, they were 4-0 with an average margin of victory, Shane, by 27 points.
Wow.
And they're playing tonight against a Joburg team who is 0-5 and is still looking for their first win on the season. So, you know, early on, we're definitely leaning towards the Red Devils in the victory. But, you know, that Boyne City game, one thing that we saw was a little bit odd was one of their star players, number 4, Ellis Malpas, he dropped a donut, Shane. He had 0 points. He ended up fouling out late into that fourth quarter. Had a few blocks and, you know, multiple rebounds to go along with that, but didn't play the game that he expected to, and just as a whole, East Jordan was not playing at the elite level they had for those first 4 games. Mind you, Boyne City was the toughest competition they faced up to that point, but they're trying to get things right into this game, and a bit of a surprise for me, because this was actually that was my first Boyne City game. East Jordan game was Hadley McCafferty. He picked up some slack early on in that game. You know, Malpas wasn't playing good, and William Webb was putting a lot of the points and scoring on his back, and me and Tom Clemens, who were on the call, were saying someone else has got to step up, and McCafferty did that. He ended up finishing with, I think, around 15 points, multiple rebounds, and giving them great minutes. And another guy who played great minutes off the bench is one of the younger guys, sophomore, number 15, Trevor Ennis. He really had a great time off the bench, and just looking to kind of build some more rhythm in this game. Trace Weinkoop, I believe, was not playing in that game. We're seeing him tonight. He does have a brace on the left knee, so you know, we don't know how limited he will be in this game, especially considering this might be, you know, a game where we might have a running clock in the second half. You know, we never know with basketball. Upsets are a little bit easier to happen in basketball versus football, but we should be in for an exciting match. And, you know, this Red Devil team is looking to, you know, get a win after that loss and have that 5-1 record.
Well, as we pan over here to the Johannesburg-Lewiston side, you know, we talked about briefly, Jared, you mentioned that this is an 0-5 team. They've had a tough go of it as so far as to begin the season, averaging about 39 points per game. They did have just a couple games ago a close loss in overtime to Onaway, 75-66. So they have had a couple of those 45-plus point games so far this season, so they know how to score. And, of course, they're hungry for that first win. And this is a team that has a really good fan base here, has a great home crowd, great student section that always goes with them. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can pull out the upset tonight. Again, hungry for that win. And it'll be a fun game here, no doubt about it. Great crowd here. We always love coming to Johannesburg. They host us wonderfully at Next Level Broadcasting.
Yes.
And we're hoping for this to be a great game, and we thank you all for tuning in. In the meantime, we are going to send it down to the floor and over to the Star Spangled Banner for our national anthem, and we'll get into our starting lineups here in just a few moments. Stay tuned. And as we come back in here, we're going to get into our starting lineups once again, beginning with your Red Devils visiting from about a 45-minute drive down the road. We'll begin off, Jared, with number 0, Max Beal. Oh, we're going to switch back and forth. So we're going to come back over here to this side and begin with number 0, Wyatt Conkle. From the Red Devils, number 2, Brady Wilson. Yep. Back to the Cardinals, number 12, Bowen Bunker. For the Red Devils, number 3, William Webb. Back to Joburg, number 23, Cash Cunningham. Number 4, Ellis Malpus. Jared, one of the great shooters there on the Red Devils squad. Back over to the Cardinals, we have Mr. Tanner Basinski, number 24. And to round out the starting lineup for East Jordan, number 30, Hadley McCafferty. And last but not least, the opposing number 30 for the Cardinals, Mr. Logan Dodge.
Should be in for a good one tonight.
Yeah.
You know, this, as we mentioned, even though this team is 0-5, I think that brings a little bit more hunger to the plate. And sometimes the desperate teams are the scariest ones. They're willing to leave it all out there. They got nothing to lose.
Especially after that overtime loss. They want to get that first win, and what a great team it would be to prove themselves against here with East Jordan. One of the juggernauts in the Ski Valley Conference, just came over last year. They've been certainly showing their worth and providing great competition to teams like Gaylord, St. Mary, and Mansalona, who've been at the top of the rankings for years. And away we go. East Jordan will win the tip-off. Compliments of Mr. Malpus. That one goes down around. Knocked away, the shot up and away, no good. Malpus gets the rebound, still trying to get it up. Swings it back up top to William Webb, and the Red Devils will reset as we have a East Jordan fan making a cameo appearance here on the broadcast. Max Beal shoves that one back over to Webb. He'll work his way into the paint, dumps it back off to Malpus. He'll work it in, gets the first layup of the game.
Yeah, and you could tell that they wanted to get Malpus early and often into this game after having those 0 points. First points of the game go to Malpus.
Cash Cunningham here staring down Beal. And a nice takeaway there by William Webb. Goes back the other way. Up and over, no good. Hadley McCafferty not able to get that one to fall in. Cardinals take it back the other way, this time with Cunningham in control. Working his way around the arc, fighting against Wilson. And another takeaway by Webb. He'll go unhindered down to the basket. We got a quick 4-0 start in the opening minute of this one.
He looked like he wanted to go for that dunk, just not enough of a run up there.
And the errant pass tipped around with Malpus coming away with it. Red Devils finding their way back to this side of the court in a hurry. A long three coming up by Malpus, up and away, no good. That one will be saved by McCafferty. Goes into the hands, though, of Bowen Bunker. And the Cardinals will have another shot at it, only down by 4. A couple of lucky breaks here to begin.
Yeah, this defense early by EJ is just smothering. They're not letting him get anything, as Webb already's got 2 steals in the first 2 minutes.
Tanner Brzezinski with it now. Got it knocked away briefly. He'll take it all the way to the basket. A little bit too much power off the glass. No good. We'll have our first foul coming up here.
Yeah, and frustration there by Tanner Basinski. He felt that Webb kind of grabbed his arm, which caused the foul there. But you're going to hear no complaints from the Red Devils fans. They'll take that all day.
That's fair. First foul of the day for either team. 2 minutes gone by. Still 4-0 score. Beal finds McCafferty, now back over to Webb. He works his way in. Nice gentle kiss off the glass, and we got a 6-0 ball game.
And it all starts with Webb. I mean, Malpus is the guy that, he's got the flashy dunks and the tall build that he can hit the stretch 3, stretch big. But, Webb is really the trendsetter on this court, as it looks like there's going to be an offensive foul on Joburg, Shane.
Yeah, looking to see that'll be on Bowen Bunker. So rough start here for the game. Already 2 fouls coming up against Joburg. This one here, an offensive foul taking away yet another opportunity to get the ball in the bucket as they sit down 6-0 right now to begin the first 2.5 minutes of the game. An errant pass there by East Jordan. Webb couldn't quite find his target.
Trying to thread the needle there, get a little bit fancy with it. And I don't know if Malpas expected all that mustard on that ball.
Of course, Webb and Malpas, two baseball stars for East Jordan, two teammates. They see a lot of mustard on the baseball diamond, but not here on the basketball court per se. So Joburg will have it back. And now big number 30, Logan Dodge with it. He'll work his way down to the bucket, finds some trouble, gets it back up top to Basinski.
Beal wanted that steal bad.
Yes, he did. Basinski will take a moment here, reset at the Cardinal logo. Finds a lot of trouble once again, dumps this one off to Dodge, trying to work his way in, stops at the elbow, and that'll be a travel call.
Yeah, that left foot just slid a little bit too much, and unfortunately you can't do that in basketball, Shane.
No, you cannot. So an offensive foul and a turnover here on the two most recent possessions for the Cardinals. Leaves them scoreless. It'll be another errant pass. This time it was tipped, though, by Joburg, so it will remain here on this end of the floor.
And it looks like the refs are trying to communicate that.
East Jordan didn't quite see.
No, but that was actually a good job there by Cash Cunningham throwing off the rhythm of Webb, which caused the errant pass.
And
almost a highlight play.
Almost, yeah. Not able to finish that one off, Malpas. So Dodge takes it back down to this end of the court.
We saw him try to hit those in warm-ups as.
And there you go. Conkle spins around, gets the first bucket of the game. And it's still only a two-possession ball game, down 4-6-2. For East Jordan's hot start, they've had a few miscues down here at this end of the floor. Beal tried to change that, no good, but the shot up and in and the foul coming in for McCafferty. He'll be going to the charity stripe.
Yep, yeah, I was talking to Eric Hoffman as mentioned this, and anyone who's watching the NBA Cup Finals last night, offensive rebounding has really been a focus in recent years of basketball, and right there it caused three-point play. If McCafferty converts this free throw here, which it will be led short, but still, offensive rebound led to that 2 points and almost a three-point play.
Yes, that foul will fall on Tanner Basinski. He is second already, only halfway through the first quarter, so he'll be in the danger zone of being taken out of the game here before long. In the meantime, Cash Cunningham finds Dodge in the corner, works it along to the baseline, and that'll be out of bounds. Basinski put a toe on it.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Red Devils are just smothering this offense. They're not letting anything go. They're predicting where the passes are going to go. Before they try to pass the ball, you see a Red Devil hand in there batting it away.
So we'll maintain the 6.82 lead as I get my numbers straightened around here. Beal finds Mr. Brady Wilson for the first three of the game.
And speaking of Eric Hoffman, he coined his football phrase as big play Brady Wilson, and a big three there for Brady.
Yeah, no kidding. Gets the Red Devils up into double-digit scoring here, 11-2 to begin this one. As Cash Cunningham works that one out of traffic, back to Dodge. Trying to get his way inside, goes up against a couple players, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow staying on this end of the court. Joburg will have another shot at it.
Well, I like to see the effort there by Dodge. Trying to make something happen, draw a foul, just kind of get something going on offense. And getting the jump ball, at least it's something going in the right direction.
Dodge taking care of the inbound, lets that one go sky high to Conkle. We're going to swing this around to Dodge. Thought about it. He'll try to work his way in one-on-one, and a nice floater from about 6 feet goes in.
Again, aggressive by Dodge, trying to spark something on offense there and making the tough contested floater.
Yeah. Conkle and Dodge, so far the only scorers for Joburg as they sit at 11-4. East Jordan working the baseline, and a nice lay in there by Mr. Webb.
Good contact balance there. Walking the tightrope. Inches from being out of bounds, but instead gets there for the lay.
Back to Dodge again. Loaded up for Bear. Thought about that three-pointer. Webb closed in on him. He'll work his way in, power his way up and over the basket. No good. The rebound by McCafferty. And we'll go back to the Red Devils once again.
Good find
from
by
the
Beal.
corner. Beal just a little bit short off the front of the iron. Nice rebound there. It'll be another three-point try from Malpas. That one's off the heel, no good. And Mr. Beal once again there in the rebound. Three-point try up and away, no good from Brady Wilson, but a foul coming up.
Yeah, and that's just kind of a bit of a frustration foul behind him, and didn't think they were going to get that third offensive rebound. And I think the Cardinals just got to get to the boards. These offensive rebounds early on, I believe this is already 4 for EJ, and it's hard to win when you can't beat them on the boards, period, let alone the offensive boards.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be the first foul, on Bowen Bunker this game. 4th team foul. One more, and that'll send East Jordan to the charity stripe, irregardless of where the foul occurs on the floor for the rest of the quarter. And we've got a quick 30-second timeout taken by the Cardinals. So we are going to step away for a quick word from our friends at TVC Cherry Capital Airport. Be back in 15 seconds.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Yeah, I'll show. Oh. Yeah, coming back into this one, it'll be Brady Wilson going for the 3 throw, gets it in.
2 for 3 for Brady.
All right. Makes it a 15-4 affair. Minute 53 to go in the first quarter. Near block there by Webb. Back into the hands of Cunningham. And now we go back around to Peyton Basinski, junior on the team. Nice find to Conkle. Works his way in. A lot of traffic to work against. Dumps this one off. And behind the basket, trying to find, and did just in time, Peyton Basinski. And a lot of confusion down here from the East, provided by the East Jordan defense. Conkle floats one up, and it bounces in, so he'll get the and one.
Well, after all of that kind of back and forth, Cardinals get a bit of a relief there with seeing that ball go in, and Conkle trying to complete a 3-point play, and that will get this lead. Well, that basket in general made this lead back to single digits. Trying to get it to 8 points. And
nice
another bounce that goes in.
Yeah. Bowen Bunker there started all that shebang as he got the pass off just in the nick of time from behind the basket to Peyton Basinski.
Well, Basinski had a couple saves there on that offensive drive, and then on this following defensive, poking out of bounds, throwing the rhythm off.
Cardinals certainly have good players. Just a matter of trying to get it all together here against a very strong East Jordan squad. And a nice takeaway here by Cash Cunningham. Almost all the way, but the cleanup job is there from Wyatt Conkle. The shot will count.
Yeah, I think they're going to, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was goaltending by Malpas, but if you're Cash Cunningham, it's a little bit scary watching big number 4 chase you down, because you saw his hand almost got to the top of the backboard there, Shane.
But for what it's worth, we're back to a 6-point game, 15-9. Quick 4-0 spurt here by the Cardinals. And a 3-point long-range shot goes up and away by Trevor Ennis. No good. The cleanup job is there. 2 more points up on the board for East Jordan, provided by Mr. Webb.
Yeah, Webb is just the savviest player. He always knows where to be. Good job getting the offensive rebound and making a tough lay.
And a nice banker there by Bowen Bunker. Yeah, you've got a nice catchphrase. I won't take that from you.
What?
The bank is always open.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, the glass is there for a reason. You know, sometimes when you're playing casual, you say you got to call the bank. But in competitive basketball, it does not matter. Basket is good.
Yeah. 7 seconds to go here, and a near takeaway by Cunningham. East Jordan will hang on to it. Webb for the 3. That one's off the window. No good. And we've got a foul coming up here against the Cardinals once again.
Well, yeah, and I believe that will be free throws, no?
Yeah, that'll be the 5th team foul.
With 0.8 seconds in the first, and what's been a strong last 2 minutes for the Cardinals, just you hate to see something like that happen and throw up your rhythm. But credit to Cash there. He almost got a second steal there, and he almost got a bucket going the other way for the Cardinals, which would have cut this lead down to 4 points.
Yeah. So that foul will go against Peyton Basinski. First free throw is in by Webb.
He's not going to miss many of those.
No.
Definitely not the guy you'd like to send to the line.
Webb already with 8 of the team's 18 points in this game. Make that 9. It extends back to a 8-point lead here, 19-11. The full court heave, that had the distance just a wee bit off target there. Almost took out a cheerleader or two.
Heck of a throw by Dodge.
Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, that'll take care of your first quarter of action. East Jordan on top, 19-11. We're going to step aside for a quick break and come back on the other side of this.
EJ is proud to support East Jordan Athletics here on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team wherever you are. Compete with heart and play with integrity. EJ is the leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of access solutions for water, sewer, drainage, telecommunication, and utility networks worldwide. Driven by unparalleled customer service, exceptional solutions, global expertise, and local understanding. That's EJ, a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Just about ready to get underway with our second quarter here. East Jordan will have the ball to begin. 19-11 is the score as we get into the second frame of this one. Jared, your thoughts here as we open up on the game?
Well, first off, I want to apologize. We have the scores flip-flopped on here. On our little scoreboard, it says it hasn't flipped it. I didn't look to correct it, but now we should have it right. But I really want to give credit to, as Webb is going to hit the deck hard.
Yeah, we'll pan away here for a moment, give him his privacy. Went up for the layup. Just went a little too high and landed on his hip wrong, so we're going to step aside here. Hopefully he'll be okay. Be back on the other side of this.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Over here. And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Thankfully, William Webb got off under his own power. Took a pretty high fall there from trying to do the layup. Landed on his hip poorly, but took a few minutes on the ground, got himself recollected, got up, walked off. So he'll take a good couple of minutes rest on the bench, and we'll hope to see him in here before too long.
Yeah, Max Beal, the substitute free throw shooter, and he's going to go 0 for 2.
So it'll remain an 8-point difference as Dodge works his way back across the half-court line. Finds Cunningham in the corner, kind of the man that stirs the Cardinals' drink so far to begin this game. Conkle saves that one just in time before going to the other half of the court. Works his way all the way into about the 6-foot mark. Finds Cunningham on the baseline, and a nice takeaway there by the tall Malpus.
He just stuck his hand up. He didn't even jump.
Yeah, no doubt. And a high kiss off the window, no good there by Max Beal. Some good defense provided by the Cardinals.
Yeah, and as you asked for my thoughts before Webb hit the ground, I was going to say credit to the Cardinals. They started out down 6 points. It looked like East Jordan was just having their way, and there's been an intensity that's kicked up, and I think it all started with Dodge. He got those couple drives to the rim, got to the free throw line, and made a tough layup. And since then, I think he's kind of sparked the offense and competitiveness from the Cardinals.
This will be another foul coming up against the Cardinals. That'll be on Bowen Bunker. He was fighting for his life down there, trying to keep the ball in the Cardinals' talons. Just couldn't quite hang on to it. So back the other way, and he'll pick up his second foul of the game as well. 2 Cardinals with 2 fouls already. They might have their wings clipped here a little bit as they go into the latter half of this first half.
And depending on Webb's, health in this game, who's going to take that, spark to the offense? Who's going to be the leader, the playmaker, the point guard? Max Beal is presumably the guy that's going to take that role, but someone like Trevor Ennis could be a surprise guy to take that spot.
Cunningham feeds this one off to Basinski. And now no good there from Bunker. Nearly got his own rebound, rolls around into the hands of Max Beal, and away the the Red Devils fly once again.
Maupus was eyeing the hoop, didn't watch the ball completely catch it. It's the age-old time. Keep your eyes on the ball. He was already looking downfield for a football reference.
Cafferty will come back in for Maupus.
And he's smiling on the bench as he walks to the bench. He knows that he's better than that.
Yep. Well, scoreless through the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. 19-11 remains the score at the moment. This will be a
legal screen.
Yeah, all right. Well, that'll be against Mr. Peyton Basinski.
Yeah, it's really been the offensive fouls that have been killing them, just causing multiple turnovers. I think that's their 4th already.
3rd or 4th, yeah. We'll give East Jordan another crack at things down here. Try to get this back to a double-digit lead. Was by as much as 10 in the first quarter. We find some trouble down here. Peyton Basinski knocked that one out of bounds. East Jordan will hang on to it.
Yeah, second time Basinski's been watching where they're passing it and just reading the eyes of the passer.
Jordan Fajardo in for the Red Devils at the moment. Good to see him out there on the floor. 3-pointer coming up, and it's in.
Wow.
There you go from Griffin Boyer.
Watching him get multiple sacks and TFLs this year and watching him line it up for that 3-pointer.
Big one here. Gets East Jordan the biggest lead they've had so far this evening, 11 points, 22-11. And matching 3 up and away, no good. That was from Cash Cunningham, rather. Wyatt Conkle there to clean things up.
I'm sure he's okay with that mispronunciation there.
Yeah. And back-to-back threes for the Red Devils, this time from Trevor Ennis.
Good job by Ennis. He was that spark off the bench in the Boyne City game, and with Webb out, looking to fill a hole at point guard.
Pass goes inside, a little bit too much there as Bowen Bunker losing his balance as a Red Devil came crashing in on him. Couldn't quite get the layup in, so it'll remain a 12-point differential, 25-13. And we'll have a jump ball here, possession arrow favoring the Cardinals. Fajardo fighting for that one.
Yeah, Fajardo, a guy that didn't get many minutes until the end of that Boyne City game, but as we're probably going to mention a lot, you're going to see some names you might have not normally see because Webb took a pretty hard fall. I'd be surprised if they try to force him back in this game.
Yeah. Definitely keep him healthy. Skako looking for a man. Shoves it over to Basinski. Into the corner we go with Dodge. Thought about the 3. He'll work the baseline instead. Gets that one. Now the refs will say he was the last one to touch it, so it'll go back to the Red Devils.
Yeah, I think he just lost the handle. Beal using the baseline as the other defender there.
Nice way of wording it. Fajardo here, losing control, gathers it back up, throws it off.
Boyer
to
thought
Boyer,
about it.
Yeah. Somehow Fajardo saved that, but it went right into the hands of Peyton Basinski. That'll be Dodge going 2-on-1 here, and it takes a friendly Cardinal bounce. Back to a 10-point, 25-15 game, and that will be time for East Jordan to call a quick 30-second timeout. All right, Jared, we've had some back and forth here. Stayed scoreless through the first 2 minutes of the quarter. Some answering back and forth threes. Cardinals hanging around, not out of this one yet, still keeping it in that 8 to 10 point range. Some thoughts here as we near the halfway mark of the second quarter.
Well, I mean, it kind of is unfortunate thing, but it's an unfortunate truth. The Webb injury very much was going to benefit the Cardinals. He's really been, as I mentioned, the heart, the engine of this Red Devil offense. And with that hole, you've seen the first 2 minutes they went scoreless, and I think a large credit for that is they're missing their engine. They had to figure out who's going to take point, who's going to get our offense going, and they started to figure it out as it's gone on. But it's starting to favor the Cardinals. Definitely have, maybe not favor the Cardinals, but Cardinals fighting hard, and this 10-point lead, we've seen it get us close to about 6. And it's been real competitive, Shane.
Yeah. This Cardinals team plays weight class above their 0-5 record might suggest. Yeah, and that will not count.
Webb just returned to the bench for EJ. Still in uniform, but he's got a big old ice pack on that lower left back.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be a bruise. Nothing, too scary, but that's sure going to hurt tomorrow, I can tell you that.
No doubt about it. Cunningham here feeds this one off to Dodge. Works this one in paint. Back up top to Basinski. Good inside defense here by East Jordan. That one will be tipped by Beal, staying down here at this end of the court.
Actually, they're going to say that was not. I thought the same thing, Shane. But I guess Beal didn't get a finger on it, or Dodge got it right back.
Yeah, and it looks like the refs are going to change their mind here. I thought it was against Beal.
Well, at least we're not going crazy. And it was the inbounder ref, when he got the other sign from his other colleague there, he kind of gave him a smile and a shrug, like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, you can tell he's just trying to laugh this one off. No harm, no foul. Everybody makes heck rather. We make so many mistakes here on the broadcast sometimes.
I mean, Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, right. Backward scoreboard, what?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, right one.
Oh, man.
Oh, Anus there.
We have some fun here as that one works all the way down and in. Ennis dropping that one in for 2. 3:40 to go in the first half. Back to a 12-point differential, 27-15. Conkle working his way and tries to feed that one off. Intercepted, though, nicely by Mr. Malpas. Sends that one well up court. And a nice lay-in for 2 by Ennis once again.
Oh, it's hard to throw the ball above Malpas's head, and that's what the Cardinals tried to do there. And I think they're going to find out that was a try it one time, and then let's not do that again.
Yeah, when you're the tallest player on the court by head and a shoulder, not much is going to get past you. This will be another foul coming up against East Jordan. One of the few so far in this game, and that'll be against Ennis. His first. I believe only 2 or 3 team fouls so far for the Red Devils.
They put a pretty clean game up the first 11 minutes of this game, or 13 minutes of the game.
3 different players with 2 fouls apiece for the Cardinals. You've got Peyton Basinski, as well as Bowen Bunker, and rounding out that is Tanner Basinski. Of course, Andy Basinski, one of our camera members, especially for the Gaylord St. Mary crew, relative of these 2 fine young players down here on the court. Shout out to Andy if you're watching. He sends this one down to the court. Malpas finding some trouble, gets it back out to Ennis. That one's in the corner, no good, but the putback was there by McCafferty.
Another offensive rebound put up for McCafferty, continuing his good game from last Friday.
Basinski round of the world and out there by his, I believe, brother, Tanner Basinski. Tried to put the shot up, no good. Malpas shoves his way down into the court, loses control of it, and so do the Cardinals. Back and forth we go. Finally, Max Beal will get the ball and get the shot up and in after a little scrum there.
Cardinals don't want Malpas to get involved, so he's kind of have to turn into a passer. Didn't want to pass originally there, but ended up finding Beal there on that easy lay.
This has quickly ballooned to an 18-point, 33-15 lead. Was as close as 6, as we've mentioned a couple different times, but Cardinals just have not been able to find answers, especially there on the layups, leaving them a little bit short. Has a nice feed to Ennis. That one will also fall just behind the bucket. And we'll have a scrum coming up. Jump ball will favor East Jordan. Coming into the game now, Parker Huston for the Red Devils. Giving McCafferty a well-deserved rest on the bench here. presumably for the final minute 52 of the half.
Arton King, Shane, was the substitution for the Red Devils.
Didn't I see 31?
Yeah, it was 31 for Joburg.
Wait a minute. What? There's 31 right there?
Yeah, you read off the Joburg roster.
Oh, you're right, I did. Okay, see? We make mistakes here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
it's
my.
only going to be a matter of time before you're correcting me.
Jeez. All right, well, my mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Jared was right, as he quite often is.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Anyway, we're minute 13 to go here in the half. It'll be Wyatt Conkles. I get my roster straightened back around. Feeding this one over to Basinski. That'll be Cash Cunningham trying to go for a long J in and out. And there's Mr. Malpas once again to get the rebound.
Yeah, that would have been a nice basket to get before half as it went in and out. Oh!
And that was King going for the shot. He'll draw the foul.
And one of the Basinski brothers there elevating for that block. He had the
Yeah.
size mismatch, but elevates there and swats it out of bounds.
Taking care of the inbound, Wilson. King not able to get that one to fall in. Gets his own rebound, and there it is. Makes it a 23-point, 38-15 ball game. 40 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, this has been quite the run from the Red Devils. Looking like Webb hasn't really played as much of an impact, minus those 2 minutes. They've gotten a rhythm. Tim Smith collected his guys, got him back in rhythm, and it's been a well-oiled machine since then.
And that's one thing that you've noticed about this East Jordan squad, and I have from previous years too, is it's kind of the next man up mentality.
Yep.
Like they have so many great players
Sure do.
that they can certainly fill in any role that's needed.
Another block there
Yeah.
by Tanner Basinski.
Cardinals have forced a lot of blocks so far in this game. East Jordan has just had a number more chances here to get the shot up and in than the Cardinals have. And the Cardinals, for their credit, have had a number of shots too, just leave them short, especially inside that 5-foot mark. Go for a lot of layups, just don't quite have enough steam to finish it off.
Peyton Basinski on the steal.
Yeah. Up and away, the 3 ball. Conkle not able to get that one to fall in. And Malpas will get the rebound, and that will take care of the first half. 38-15 is the score. The Cardinals hung tough there for the first quarter and a half, but the final 4 minutes of this first half, the Red Devils have really pulled away here as they go up by 23, Jared.
Yeah, they sure have. After the scoreless 2 minutes of the second quarter, it's been all Red Devils.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside here for a few minutes, take a commercial break, and come back with some of our first half thoughts on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Hi, I'm Orion, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installations, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike other service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding your gutters on your home or pole barn, think professional seamless gutters.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your northern Michigan connection.
EJ is proud to support East Jordan Athletics here on Next Level Broadcasting, making it easy to stay in touch with your hometown team wherever you are. Compete with heart and play with integrity. EJ is the leader in the design, manufacture, and distribution of access solutions for water, sewer, drainage, telecommunication, and utility networks worldwide. Driven by unparalleled customer service, exceptional solutions, global expertise, and local understanding. That's EJ, a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Hey, Dad, brought you some popcorn. You should relax. You worked so hard for us.
What happened?
It's a little fender bender, but Mom already filed a claim with our agent, and we can track the status right from the app. Auto owners pays what they owe without any hassle.
Sounds like simple human sense. Well played.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
And welcome into our halftime break, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Stamen joined alongside of me tonight. Shane Smith here taking care of the broadcast. East Jordan Red Devils driving about 45 minutes down the road to take on the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals here in what has been, you know, for the score differential, 38-15, a really entertaining game overall. It's been a very defensive-minded battle, especially from the Joburg side. They've gotten a fair number of steals, a lot of block shots. East Jordan has done the very same thing, especially here, keeping those shots from Joburg going in anywhere inside of that 5-foot mark. There's been a number of missed layup opportunities for Joburg, and kind of something that we also talked about, Jared, those offensive fouls have been kind of the Achilles heel of Cardinals to begin this game, and they played very close through that first quarter and a half, kept it within 6 to 10 points throughout that entire time. Now the lead has ballooned to 23 from East Jordan, 38-15. Some of your thoughts here?
Well, as you mentioned, the offensive turnovers, which have, offensive fouls, not just straight up turnovers, it really plagued them in that first quarter. They still managed to keep it close. They've cleaned it up a little bit more in the second quarter, but really, it was, like you mentioned during the broadcast, the first 2 minutes of that quarter, Webb went down right as the second quarter started on the first possession, and he has not returned. And I would be surprised to see him return, especially as his lead has swelled to what it is. But, it was scoreless, good defense by both teams, and then East Jordan just really started turning on. There was a timeout taken by Tim Smith, longtime head coach for the Red Devils. And, we don't know exactly what was said on there, but, probably something along the lines of, yeah, your main engine might be out, but he's not the only player on this team. The only reason that we've been 4-0 prior to that Boyne City game is because of a lot of you other guys. And a guy like Trevor Ennis has taken over some of that. Malpus has really become a bit of a playmaker because he's been getting a little bit more doubled and finding his open teammates. He's gotten Beal a couple times. And then along that lines as well, another guy who's continued his good game last Friday is Hadley McCafferty. some guy that, when I was asking some of the guys around the studio and whatnot, a name I didn't really hear much of, so I didn't have much expectations. Heard him on the starting lineup. Was like, oh, we'll see what he's doing. And he has been really impressive. Kind of been, I think, one of the dark horse guys, a guy you won't hear. He's not very flashy. He does a lot of the dirty work for the Red Devils, a lot of offensive rebounds and one opportunities, and also just a really great rebounder. He doesn't bobble the rebounds. If it touches one of his hands, it's pretty much always going to stay right there. I think he would have been a great tight end for the Red Devils, for William Webb and squad, and Adam Grabowski as head coach this previous fall. But other than that, it's just, after like that about 4-minute mark in the second quarter, they just turned it on. I mean, and Joburg, credit to them for staying in this, but they are playing against superior competition today. I mean, that is just the truth. East Jordan is a team that's expected to make some leaps and some waves in the playoffs and potentially make a run. I think, William Webb, he's injured and, he doesn't have that ice pack on anymore, and he might be playing, but, a guy that is going to lead his team along with Malpis, Max Beal, and Ennis. I mean, there's so many guys. I mean, this whole Red Devil team has truly been impressive. Brady Wilson, another guy, just haven't even mentioned, but he's had a couple nice threes, gotten to the free throw line, got fouled on a 3-point shot. They just have a really talented squad, and they kept it close, but Tim Smith kind of reminded them, like, you got this. This is, you've prior to Boyne City, you've been beating teams by an average of 27 points, guys. Like, let's see that basketball again, and we've seen that. And a little thing for Joburg is I've really been impressed with the Basinski brothers. A lot of things that won't show up on the stat sheets, like point-wise, but they've gotten a lot of deflected passes thrown off the rhythm of the Red Devils, and also a couple blocks there near the end of the second quarter by 24 Tanner Basinski. We called Peyton number 3 a good amount, but Tanner, there's another one. He's a little undersized. You wouldn't think he'd be a guy blocking shots out there, Shane, but he's done a great job contesting some of these bigger guys.
Well, and that's the biggest thing here. One thing that's really kind of hurt Joburg a little bit is the fact that 3 of their best players, Tanner Basinski, Peyton Basinski, as well as Bowen Bunker, kind of their three of their 5 best players on the court have had 2 fouls or more throughout that first half. So they've had to come and sit out for a while as well to keep that foul count throughout the second half. So that's kind of hurt them. And their leading scorer, Wyatt Conkle, is only 7 points so far. I mean, he's been double teamed down there, as well as Dodge, kind of a bigger guy. He's done some great things down there in the paint for Joburg, but really finds a lot of trouble, especially when you have the likes of Max Beal and Ellis Malpis kind of closing in on him, closing up those lanes, keeping them from getting close to the basket there. So really forcing them along the
baseline.
Baseline, thank you. Went right out of my head. Forcing him along the baseline, and there's been a couple of those turnovers where he's gone out of bounds. So it's been tough sledding here. There's times where these teams really are competing at an equal level, but then when you have the height of Mr. William Webb and kind of the speed and the athleticism of Max Beal and Brady Wilson especially, it's just a little bit overpowering right now for the Cardinals. As we get our way settled in here into the third quarter, Joburg will have the ball begin. And that's Dodge working the baseline, finds one of the Basinski brothers. That's Tanner. Back up top for a long 3 by Cash Cunningham. You could say he cashed that one in.
Oh, yeah, and the guy we really haven't mentioned, but he's also given some good minutes. A couple pokeaways himself. Another guy keeping Joburg scrappy and in this game.
That'll be his 5th point of the night as we load up for another corner 3. That one's no good from Wilson. East Jordan somehow comes away with the rebound through that mess. It'll be Wilson again, passing this one over to Winecoop. Haven't seen him out on the floor much tonight because of that knee injury, but he seems to be out there now doing well, going for the corner 3, and it's in, making a big comeback off the bench tonight.
Yeah, a guy that really turned on in the second half of the football season. Winecoop struggled with some injuries in football, and first minutes looking good with that corner 3. One of the toughest shots on the court.
Yeah. And he played some great basketball last year, too, so it's good to see him back out there on the court as we extend this back to a 23-point, 41-18 lead, and another attempt stripped away here by the Red Devils. That one will be knocked away by East Jordan, I believe, so it'll stay on this end of the court with Joburg.
Yeah, that was McCafferty on that block, and there was a lot of Red Devils down there. He just knocked that out. He didn't even have to jump anything. He just said, I'll snack that out of your hands there, Tanner.
Keeping these Cardinals honest, that's for sure. Dodge sends that one through a lot of traffic. And it'll be last touched there by Bowen Bunker. as Red Devils saunter back to this side of the court. Just kind of having their way. Ellis Malpas here trying to work his way along the baseline. Sends it back up top. Nice pass there from Trace Weinkoop again, making his entrance for the first time tonight.
Wow.
And a good find there to Max Beal.
That was a nice move by Beal. He kind of juked out the defender and made a tough layup, falling to his left.
4 points for Beal so far this evening. 5:50 to go in the third. 43-18, the biggest lead the Red Devils have had so far this evening. Another short jumper missed there. And a long pass up court all the way. Weinkoop not able to get that one to fall. Finds Beal, now back out to the corner three from Brady Wilson. The Red Devils really turning on the afterburners now, Jared.
Yeah, their three-point shot making has really improved in this game. Something we did not really see much in that last Friday match against Boyne City, and they're shooting the lights out so far from three.
Dodge tries to put that one in a high bounce there, no good. Last touch there by a Cardinal, back the other way.
You know, one thing interesting, Malpas had the first bucket of the game, and it's actually been his only bucket, Shane.
Yeah.
And part of that, as we kind of mentioned at halftime, he's been getting doubled a lot, so his playmaking skills have really been been able to be shown as he's trying to find his open teammates, and he's done a good job. They don't count the assists on the scoreboard, but I think he's right around 5, if not even a couple more.
Okay, Trace Weinkoop there loses his footing, gets the travel call back the other way for the Cardinals. That was something you mentioned earlier, Jared, is that he was held scoreless for that Boyne City game.
Yeah, he was getting matched up by Jack I can't think of his last name right.
Jack Van Zee, I believe.
Max Van Zee, yeah, and that's quite the powerhouse matchup as 2 6'5+ guys battling down there, and both had foul trouble that game. It was a heck of a game for those who watched.
Beal works that one in, no problem. East Jordan really taking control of this game. Up by 30 now, 48-18 with 4:30 to go in the third. A long-range three from Dodge. Send it back up top to him and around to Cash Cunningham. He'll try for another three. Just short there on that one. He had the lone scorer of the half so far for the Cardinals. That was a 3-point of his own.
And that's going to be tipped out of bounds by Bunker.
We'll have a shift change here for the Red Devils. Malpas back out on the floor, as well as Griffin Boyer and Trevor Ennis. Coming in now, it is Parker Huston for the Cardinals. I got the right 31 this time.
You sure did, Shane.
I'll get a gold star later on. And a good find off the inbound to Ellis Malpas. 4-2, his 4th point of the night, just as you mentioned, a goal. Had the first bucket of the game, that was it. Well, finally gets a nice find and an easy lay-in from there.
Yeah, and beautiful inboundsing work from passer and the runner. Malpas is going to get the steal, and, well, there's going to be another assist for Malpas.
There you go. Mr. Beal works that one in, no issue. Dana Brzezinski shoves that one over to Peyton. 52-18. Skonko, the scoring leader here for the Cardinals, gets that one knocked away briefly by Beal. Gains it back up. And a nice find inside to Cunningham. He'll put that one up from mid-range. No good. Bounces around and away. All the way down. Malpas, a little bit too much steam for him to have control there on the layup. Falls away. And the subsequent pass up court to Huston got in front of him.
Yeah, Malpas is, I think he's been struggling a little bit from the scoring margin, and he's trying to, force a little bit, and I like the aggressiveness from him as he's going to get that bucket right back.
And there's the gentle kiss off the window for him. Gets up to 6 points now, 54-18.
We know how talented Malpas is.
Yeah. And that's that whole Malpas family. I mean, for
yeah.
generations, East Jordan has been blessed with presence of that family, not only as a cornerstone family of that community, but also some great athletes over the years as well. I talked about for generations as we have a full timeout called, so we're going to step aside for a quick break and come back in about 45 seconds. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We want to take a special moment to thank Kevin Klein and the TVC Cherry Capital Airport, one of our longest and best supporters here at Next Level Broadcasting pretty much since day one. And they are doing a phenomenal job there at the airport, bringing the community members like us to be able to fly through them to several different points across the country, 20 nonstop destinations with 7 airlines. And they're approaching that 1 million passenger mark. They're at over 870,000 this year alone. As we get the ball tipped away there, Cardinals will have it back. Conkle trying to work his way in, got that one tipped. Nice job there by Boyer saving the shot.
Yeah, that Malpas was dribbling, and I think it hit the heel of Peyton Basinski. I'm not sure, I'm going to be honest here. I'm not sure if that would technically be a kickball or not. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's any part of the foot touches it will automatically be a kickball.
So,
but ended up not mattering. Ball gets turned over right back to the Red Devils.
And this time it'll be another foul against Joburg. That'll be against Parker Huston. That'll be his second. So at least 4 players now for Joburg with 2 fouls or more in the game. With 2:16 to go in the third, we'll have Mr. Beal at the free throw line. First one a little short, bounces away.
Yeah, and one thing that I'd like to see, there's been a lot of positives, as you can say, for East Jordan, as they've got a pretty large lead right now, but Max Beal's not been too great from the line tonight. If he doesn't make this one, what she does,
yep.
He'll be, he's 1 for 4 in the night, and I know that's something that he would like to work on, and just in general, getting those free points essentially when you get to the free throw line, knocking them down just always helps you gain that lead or get back into a game when you're behind.
Yeah, especially against a close game like they had against Boyne City. Free throws, a half dozen made free throws over the course of the game can really make a big difference. So that'll be something, especially in a game like this, to tune up on as the season goes along for East Jordan, because they'll have some great competition as that one goes up and over the backboard by Huston. They'll have some great competition as the season goes on between Mansalona, Gaylord St. Mary, you name it. I believe, of course, Boyne City they played, and they'll have a matchup against Charlevoix. So some good basketball for this Red Devils squad throughout the rest of the season as they look to make a deep postseason run, as that one falls a little bit short from Ennis. Gathered up nicely by Boyer. 3-point up and away and good. That'll be a long 2 they'll call from Mr. Malpas.
Yeah, when you're so tall like that, you got those big feet, and a lot of times they end up hurting you there.
Yeah, got a toe on the line.
Famously, Kevin Durant a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember, Shane, in the Eastern Conference Final, Brooklyn Nets, Milwaukee Bucks.
That was big news for a long time.
Oh, it sure was. I mean, Kevin Durant, I don't even know how big those stompers are.
Well, I can say they're bigger than mine, and I'd like to think I have big feet with size 14s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hunter Whiteford's on his first minutes of the game.
Oh, there you go. He's out there with the ball right now. Gives that one off to Beal, and he'll laser one in for 3.
Yeah, he might not be hitting from the charity stripe all too well, but I believe that's his second 3-pointer so far this game. He's been shooting pretty well from beyond the arc.
Well, hey, if you can take those 3-point shots, you'll be happy. Spinning around, working his way, and gets that one off to Huston. Can he put it up and in? No, just falls a little bit off the mark there. Near assist from Basinski. Worked that one through traffic nicely. Just wasn't able to finish off the job. See Malpas firing this one over to Boyer. He'll go for the 3. That one, nothing but net, just a little bit short.
Yeah, he did have that one earlier, and can't connect on the second.
Yeah. 30 seconds to go here in the third. Dodge with Beal hanging all over him. Finds Peyton Basinski. Cardinals looking to take the last shot here of the quarter and try to at least break that 20-point mark, as it's a 42-point difference right now, 60-18. And that'll be a travel call there as Tanner Basinski worked his way into a lot of traffic. He had some trees around him.
Yeah, he sure did. And I mean, that's just one of the other things about this matchup is, I mean, the height is very much so favoring East Jordan, as it does in most matchups with a guy like Malpas on your squad.
Alrighty, we're going to send it to one more commercial break here with the final 8 minutes of the game to come on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Yeah, and welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. A final frame of action here, just about ready to get underway. We have a running clock, of course, with the large point differential, 42 points here, 60-18 in the final quarter of this one. And we want to give a special shout out to our buddy Eric Huffman, fellow broadcaster and a good friend of ours, a great man and owner and operator there of the Lake House in Charlevoix. They've got everything you need for any time of the year, be it the summer, the spring, the holiday season, all sorts of home decor and gifts for your home, cottage, or boat. Of course, your special loved ones, too. He's got everything down there. Such a great guy, runs a great business. Make sure anytime you're off that way to Charlevoix, stop in and see him. You can find about anything you'd like there at the Lake House. And Malpas can find about any shot he wants as he lays that one in.
Yeah,
Nothing to it there.
Seeking that double digits, 2 points shy.
Yeah. I imagine he's close to getting a double-double with the number of assists he's had so far this evening.
Yeah, and let alone rebounds. I mean,
Yeah,
he might
that
even be
too.
triple-double watch.
He could be.
And it just shows the impact that he can do without, the scoring and, dunk ability that, you might associate with a guy like Malpas. He also has shown some well-rounding with a couple of nice passes so far.
And Mr. Conkle gets one to go around the world, take a victory lap there on the basket and fall in. And just as he does that, it won't be a foul. He got mostly ball contact there, so it'll be knocked away and just called East Jordan ball here as we get another shift change. 33, Jordan Fajardo. 31, Arton King. Yeah, and number 1, Trace Weinkoop coming back out there on the floor.
Hitting some guys who don't get as many minutes out here.
Yeah, Curtis Crawford in there as well. And a nice find to Hunter Whiteford to get the bucket off the inbounds pass.
Yeah, 2 guys that are up and coming on the football team, names to watch out for next season.
Yeah. Dodge, hey, with a little reverse, gets that one up and in, 64-22.
And Dodge did have the spark for the Cardinals offense in the first quarter, driving, getting his offense, and team kind of fired up and rallied him back for what was an exciting first quarter and a half.
Oh, just off the mark there as it goes up and over the backboard from Trace Weinkoop. He did have that three-pointer earlier to begin the half coming right off the bench. Weinkoop works this one to Cunningham, loses control, fires over to Dodge. He'll go for a 3, and it's in. Nice shot from him there.
Back-to-back buckets.
Yeah. 64-25, and even when you're down 40+, this Joburg team just has no quit in them. They play as hard as ever as they get another takeaway all the way down, and a gentleman's lay in there from Peyton Basinski.
And I can't say I'm surprised. Basinski brothers have been just defensive menaces all game. As they stopped the clock there for a second. Wind it back up for you folks.
(64-27). Weinkoop working his way to the baseline, feeds this one off to King, and he'll draw the foul. Speaking of Peyton Basinski, he'll pick up his 3rd foul. And also that was his first points in the night here a minute ago as well.
Yeah, like I said, another guy who wouldn't necessarily see in the stat sheet because, the points and stuff, or a lot of times what people will think the impact was, but, it goes a lot farther than that. Another NBA guy, Tony Robbins, I believe is his name. I think I'm actually Tony Allen, excuse me.
Okay.
Average about 8 points a game, Shane. But when you ask some guys like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, some of the best players in the game, who was the toughest guy you had to go against, they will consistently say it was him.
And I would have to say East Jordan would share that sentiment here tonight with Mr. Peyton Basinski. He's just been a quick little spark plug flying around the court there, getting all sorts of trouble, knocking passes away, stealing them, just as we saw there, going for the layup all by himself. Not able to get that one to fall in, but a nice rebound here by Conkle. That one goes up and over. Right back into the hands of Dodge. Oh, just off the mark there as it falls off the iron for the three.
Yeah, Dodge realizes, at this point in the game, might as well just start trying to throw up some shots, be confident. Shooters are going to shoot, and, he's trying to get to that 10-point mark, sitting around at 9 points right now.
Cunningham having a good game for himself as well. Pulls up from just inside the free throw line, takes a friendly Cardinal bounce and goes in.
And that will be his 7th point of the night.
65-29, 3:45 to go in the game. Lost control there, but goes up for the shot nonetheless. Got to give credit there to Mr. Jordan Fajardo. He'll draw the foul, go up to the charity stripe for a couple.
Yeah, his first trip to the line. And in general, I haven't seen a lot of trips to the line from either team.
Yeah.
Last night was at the Charlevoix game against Glen Lake. And Glen Lake, I think, shot well over 20 free throws. It was just almost every other minute you're seeing a trip to the line.
Wow. That can really drag a game on, that's for sure. Conkle picks up his second foul here. Fajardo not able to get that one to fall in. So he will remain scoreless through the game so far. A little trip up there. Conkle breaking an ankle. Got the Joburg faithful to get some hoots and hollers in on that one.
Dodge thought about it.
Yeah, he did. And that'll be foul coming up there. It is, okay. Gets called a charge there against Logan Dodge.
Interesting.
I
didn't see much on there. You said charge. I was like, what?
Yeah, and East Jordan's going to call a timeout. Talk something over here in the final 2:31 of the game. Up 65-29, up 36. I guess they found something to talk about. That was important, I suppose.
Well, Tim Smith's got the second unit in here, and for some of these guys, they're not going to get a ton of playing time, barring any injuries. And he wants to make sure that when their, number does need to be called, that they're set and ready. So I actually can appreciate what Tim Smith's doing, and he's not going to take this Joburg game lightly, and he shouldn't. That's what a good coach does.
Right. And East Jordan has done a good job. Sometimes you'll get into games like this, and the overmatched teams will kind of play down to their opponent. Eric and I saw a game like that last year. Elk Rapids was one of the best in the Lake Michigan Conference, playing against Kingsley, who was winless through the first, I believe, 14 games of the season, and actually got their first game against Elk Rapids, who was either first or second in the conference last year, because Elk Rapids played down to their opponent and just could not get the shots off, allowed a lot of these errors that were unforced to go by, and it was really an entertaining game. One of the greatest games that we've seen all season long between Eric Huffman and I last year. And East Jordan has done a good job of not allowing that to happen here as I get the camera switched back around against Joburg. Played tough in the first quarter and a half, and then East Jordan really got good at making the proper shot selection, working in those lanes, keeping Joburg from passing the ball inside, and has kind of been all their game since.
Well, Shane is Fajardo a little bit strong on that shot, but that's why we love basketball. Football is one of those games where records really do tell a lot, but in basketball, that's why March Madness is one of the most exciting things in sports history, just because you have those underdogs, like we were talking earlier, Oakland beating Kentucky, Jack Golke going crazy, and it's just an exciting sport, and anything can really happen at any time. One team, one player gets hot on a maybe team that's not so good or doesn't compare well. Next thing you know, you're seeing Kingsley Elk Rapids.
A whole mess of passing around here. Finds Hunter Whiteford, get 2 points. He's up to 4 tonight. And I agree completely, Jared, and that's why basketball is my favorite sport to call, because of not only the atmosphere in a smaller contained area, but the pace of the game. And as we stop the clock here. The pace of the game and just that any given night, anything can happen with a team. Well, a team like Joburg can come in fired up after an overtime loss and just lay the wood against a team like East Jordan. That, unfortunately, for the Cardinals did not happen tonight, but it certainly can at any point in time. And just the storylines, the Cinderella stories that can happen in basketball really make it a fun sport to watch.
Yeah, we mentioned it even in our pregame. Like, they've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So it's one of those games where, as a coach, you have to let your team know that this team is going to play with that little bit of extra fire, because what's one more loss when you're already undefeated?
Yeah,
or winless.
That's right. Ayrton King picks up his 5th point of the night. Extends this back to a 40-point, 69-29 lead. That one, just a little too much mustard as Fajardo lost control there and hits the ground.
Yeah, Fajardo plays with a lot of intensity and heart, and I love his tenacity, but he's sometimes got to wrangle it in. He just rushes himself. He's got a little too much, gets too much in the moment.
And that's, I think, if there was one thing for East Jordan to work on, it's slowing themselves down just a little bit. They attack the basket sometimes with a little too much momentum and lose control there.
Right.
That's probably the one thing I would say East Jordan needs to work on for my lone viewing experience of their team so far this season.
Right, and there's no shot clock in basketball, so in high school basketball, so there's no reason to not get your offense set up and just truly take your time to get the right play, the right pass.
And they'll be content to hold the ball here as the time expires in this game. They played a great game all throughout. It'll be a final score of 69-29, a 40-point win over Joburg as they cruise to 5-1 on the season. As we get the handshake line down here. Jared, any final thoughts before we wrap this one up and call it a night?
Yeah, the Cardinals, a hard-fought victory, and that all stems from Coach Brian Pudvin. Excuse me if I mispronounced that. And, for East Jordan, as you mentioned, there's some minor things that need to work on, maybe some pacing issues, and just, I think, a general thing in high school basketball, working on free throws, just really trying to knock those down at a consistent level. But overall, hoping William Webb recovers quickly. I think it's just a bit of a bruise. He all smiles as he walks off the field, or excuse me, the court. I was all good until that moment with the field court. But other than that,
close enough.
Both teams played about what you kind of expected, and just credit to both teams coming out here on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, all right. Wednesday night, but close enough.
Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever.
Whatever. That will take care of it for us, ladies and gentlemen. For Jared Stamen and myself, Shane Smith, we thank you all for tuning in. We hope to see you again soon for another great East Jordan battle. But until then, have a great night. Drive safe out there on the roads. And this is all for us at Next Level Broadcasting. Take care. Good night.